Oh, hi there. It is I, Darth Geekula, aka Rich, aka Better, Faster, Stronger. Here with a quick Darth haul video of this guy, a vintage $6 million man action figure. Now, I grew up loving Star Wars, and I'm still collecting Star Wars stuff. I grew up loving superheroes, and I'm still collecting superhero stuff. And I grew up loving horror movies, and I still collect horror movie stuff. I also grew up loving the $6 million man. In fact, it may have been the first toy line I collected. It's hard to say between Mego superheroes and Star Wars figures and $6 million man. All I know is that this was one of my favorite toys as a kid. For whatever reason, I haven't kept up collecting. And of course, I mean, they've continued to make superhero toys. They've continued to make Star Wars toys. $6 million man, when the original vintage line ended, very little has come out. There have been a few retro figures recently, but that's it. We haven't had any more reboots or remakes of the $6 million man, which might be a good thing. Who knows? There is one rumored starring Marky Mark, of all people. But yeah, there were a couple like made-for-TV movies that came out in the 80s. It was a show in the 70s, well ahead of its time, I think. If you don't know what it was about, shame on you. Basically, Steve Austin, played by Lee Majors, who scientists will tell you is a perfect male specimen of the 70s. He is an astronaut or a test pilot. Anyway, he crashes, and they rebuild him with many a bionic part. And I loved the show. And I have been wanting to reacquire a $6 million man figure. I had several $6 million man figures. I had Steve Austin. I had several Steve Austins. I also had Steve Austin with the mustache that he grew in later seasons. I had Oscar Goldman, which was a boring guy in a turtleneck and a suit jacket, who was kind of the Commissioner Gordon of the show. Also, Maskatron, that was based on a character actually from the show, another sort of bionic man, or maybe he was a robot. Anyway, he could wear different faces, and the figure came with several different faces as well. There was a Steve Austin face, Oscar Goldman face. Anyway, that's not important. What is important is I recently was actually buying some Star Wars toys from a gentleman, and I saw this guy just kind of laying on the floor. And I said, hey, is he for sale? And of course he was. And for the shape he's in, it was a good price. He's in pretty good shape. He has his outfit. The only thing he's missing is his socks. He's got the sneakers, but he needs his socks. He's looking very preppy right now. I will probably steal some from my daughter's Barbies, or there is a guy on eBay that sells repro $6 million man socks, and I'm sure his parents are very proud of him. So I might go that route, but he does have the outfit. He has the patch, which you see missing a lot. It's in pretty good shape. I don't know if you can see, probably not with my horrible camera, but one of the arms, there's like some moth holes in it. I didn't notice that until I actually began filming this video. Irregardless, I'm still quite happy with the condition he's in. I do want to reacquire Oscar Goldman now. I do want to reacquire Maskatron. And I also want Bigfoot, who he was a robot Bigfoot or an alien Bigfoot. Bottom line, Bigfoot, who was played by Andre the Giant. There's another actor that played him in some other episodes, but Andre the Giant definitely played Bigfoot as well in $6 Million Man, and I want that. Fun fact: the first episode I saw of Bigfoot terrified me as a kid, and I had to sleep with my parents for many nights after I saw that episode. But I do still want to get that figure. I'm probably over trying to sleep in my parents' bed at this point. So yeah, there he is, the beautiful and talented Lee Majors. Oh, and yeah, and the sculpt. If you don't know what Lee Majors looks like, do yourself a favor and Google him. But this is a really good sculpt for the time. And now it's a bigger figure, obviously, so it's a little easier to get the detail in there of a big figure. Now, his eye, which looks horrifying, that was to replicate his bionic vision. So if you looked through here, you saw horribly, so it did not replicate bionic vision well. But anyway, I still think fondly of that feature. Also, there's a button here on the back that should lift his arm up. It doesn't. But that's okay. I'm just going to display this guy. Anyway, very happy. Whoops. Very happy to get a $6 million man action figure again. And like I said, for whatever reason, this wasn't a line that I continued to collect in adult life. But I'm always looking for things to spend more money on. Kind of my anti-retirement plan. So there you go. The $6 million man. I now have a 12-inch Lee Majors back in my life. See ya.